what we're going to do is go ahead and make our game res. So in order to make this game res and stuff go faster, what we could do, we don't need our polypaint anymore. We've already exported that. So now what we can do is, let's go to matcap gray here. So we've got this thing here, and we want to make low res meshes out of all this just really quickly. And you also want to voxelize some of this stuff, because you're going to see this whole piece right here is a bunch of different pieces, and we're just going to bake this detail in. We don't need to have these things as actual separate pieces of geo. So one thing you can do in ZBrush is to go in here and you can say turn off project, turn off blur, and just Dynamesh all this together. Now you're going to want to choose a correct resolution, so we'll choose like 1600 and Dynamesh. There we go, and we can just Dynamesh this together. In fact, we're going to do a little bit lower, because we'll do like 1064. All we're looking for is this basic shape, so you don't want any like holes kind of built in between these shapes here. You want it to kind of just give me a nice envelope, and in fact we might even be able to go lower. But now that I've determined that 1000 is about where I want to be, I'm going to use ZRepeat It to go ahead and voxelize every single subtool that's visible in here. Same thing for this one. I don't want all these separate pieces. I don't want to do a game res of this little screw over here. I want to just Dynamesh all this together, create an envelope, and then reduce it down into a usable game res mesh. So let's do that for all of our meshes. How we're going to do that is F. How we're going to do that for all of our subtools here is we're going to go to ZRepeat It. Where is that at? That's under our Z plugin, ZRepeat It. And you're going to see we have a bunch of different things we can store in here. So we're going to record a new one. So we're going to take this one here, we're going to go down here, and we're going to go down to our Dynamesh here. So for this one that's selected, we're going to record new, and we're going to say project is off. We're going to turn blur down to 0. We're going to take our resolution, and we're going to put in 1000, and we're going to hit Dynamesh. And then we're going to hit end record. We'll call this Dynamesh 1000. So now we can do that to visible, and everything that's visible is going to be Dynameshed at 1000 for us. The other cool thing about this is it's going to give us a very consistent poly resolution across all of our subtools. So when we go to decimate this thing, we can decimate them all at the same time. So now you're going to see when we choose this one, it's all one mesh, and this is actually probably not ideal, but that's okay. I didn't break that up as well as I could have. All this piece, none of this stuff's going to animate, so we just basically made an envelope for this entire thing here. And then this thing here could possibly animate, you know, if we had a magazine in there. So it's one way we could do it. But, you know, do a good job when you break this thing up. This is kind of off the cuff.